I'm going to show you the difference between passing parameters by val or passing parameters by ref. If you already know what these terms mean, in Java we pass parameters by val if they're primitive data types, and we pass them by ref if they are objects. So I've got four similar programs here to demonstrate the difference. So in each of these programs we just construct the object in the main method, and then we run the code that we're interested in the constructor. So in this first program we define int a equals 1, and then we say b equals a, and then we add 1 onto b, and then we output the values a and b. So if you want to have a go at working out what you think might happen here, then pause the video and see what you think a and b are going to be. Okay, so let's take a look. So I'm going to run this program, and as you might expect, a is 1 because we defined a to be 1 there, and b is 2. So here we said b equals a, so b became 1 because a was 1. Then we added 1 onto b, and we print a and b, 1 and 2. So that's quite straightforward. So let's have a look at the next program. So in this program we've got the same thing again, except this time instead of doing b++, I'm going to call a method which is going to add 1 onto any int. And that's going to do x++. So what do you think that this one will do? So a equals 1, b equals a, so b equals 1. We add 1 onto b in this method, and then we print a and b. So let's have a look at what this does. A equals 1 and b equals 1. Now the reason for that is because we passed the parameter to, because it's a primitive data type, we passed it by val. So really this b that we've passed into here now, we've just passed it as a primitive data type, added 1 onto this, but it's not the same as this b. We've passed a copy of the value, really. We've passed it by value. So when we come back here, this b is still equal to 1. We've just passed it into here, added 1 onto the copy of it over here, but then we've done nothing with that. We've come back to here, a is 1, b is 1. Now let's have a look at the third example. This time it's the same as the first example, but we've put our integer in another class, a myInt holder, which holds one primitive type, myInt. The constructor is just setting the myInt that we pass in. So this time we say a equals new myInt holder 1, so that object will have 1 inside it. B equals a, we add 1 onto the myInt in b, and then we output the results. So what do you think is going to happen here? Let's have a look. We've got 2 for both a and b. The reason for this is that when we said b equals a, we're doing this by ref, so b becomes a copy of the pointer to a. So instead of b being a whole new object, it's a reference to a. So a and b are the same object. So when we add 1 onto the myInt in b, b is the same as a. It's the same object. So we're saying that we're adding it onto the single object which is referred to by a and b. So this time a and b both equal 2. And similar to program 2, we've got the same as what we had in program 3 here, but we're also doing this call to a method. So we're adding 1 in the method. So this time a equals myInt with 1, b equals a, so b and a are the same object. We're adding 1 onto b, but this time we're going to pass this by ref instead of by val. So let's have a look at what happens here. A and b equals 2, because when we pass b into this method it goes by reference, so this x object here is the pointer. So really A, B and X are all the same object. When we add one onto the integer here, we're adding it into the object, and A and B both equal 2. So the thing to remember is that when we do ByVal, we're sending if we call a method with a primitive data type, we do it ByVal. When we do it ByVal, it gets a new copy of that value. When we do it ByRef, we're passing the object into the method, and if we change that object, it will be changing outside of the method because there's only one object. So that's the difference between ByVal and ByRef. Thanks for watching.